When I last left you, I had about 47,000 Lapis. While this is a big drop from the 150,000 Lapis I had for the Sephiroth Summoning Saga, this is still a lot nonetheless. Yet, somehow, 2 days later, I seem to have grown even more, now that I'm at 61,000 Lapis. Meaning I've gained 14,000 Lapis in 1 week. Where did this come from? I have no idea. Let's find out. Well, a decent amount of it came from Clash of Wills. Completing it gets you up to 2,000 Lapis. Beating up the final level of Arbiters of Fate also nets you a whopping 3,000 Lapis. Of course, there is another 3,000 Lapis in the Lord of the Sewers, which I did it after I got Avalanche's Tifa because I forgot. Unfortunately, both of these events are gone now, so hopefully you've collected them before they disappeared. So where did the other 6,000 Lapis come from? Well, here and there. Expeditions gave 100 Lapis, Arena gives 40 Lapis daily if you complete 5 levels, so that's 280 Lapis. I recently pretended to watch 50 advertisements, that's another 250 Lapis plus the 5 Lapis I got from the wheel itself. Completing the daily quest gives you 50 Lapis for each day, that's another 350 Lapis. And then something came out of the Elemental Turn challenge and that was another 500 Lapis. The Chronicle battles gave 1,000 Lapis for each challenge, so from Rufus Shinra and Ultros, that's 2,000 Lapis. The 3 intro quests gave 50 Lapis each, so that's 150 Lapis. The Zozo event gives 1,420 Lapis. The Whisper Bahamut event gave an additional 700 Lapis, not counting the 3,000 from the EX battle. And then the Destiny's Crossroads raid gave 540 Lapis. Ultimately, if you look at this number and the number I have from my previous video, you can see that the final number is a bit off, but I think that might be because I completed some of the missions before I started the Sephiroth Summoning Saga. Well, in the end, the specific amounts of Lapis don't really look like much individually, but they do add up slowly and quickly if you don't pay too much attention. Of course, it's not every day you get 3,000 Lapis from killing something quickly, so it's fair to say that this growth is an outlier. But even so, there are additional places you shouldn't forget. Each Chronicle battle awards up to 1,000 Lapis if you complete all the related missions. Most challenges of the Brave gives you 300 Lapis for each banner. Each short story gives you at least 500 Lapis, and altogether you should wind up with at least 5,000 Lapis after completing everything here. Blue Mage Fina's story gives you a lot of Lapis for very little trouble. You can't forget about the chambers. You can get 100 Lapis from each sub-chamber. Chamber of Chris gives you 800 Lapis. Chamber of Foresight gives you 600 Lapis. The other chambers also reward Lapis, so see if you haven't done them yet. And we can't forget about the world. There's a lot to cover, but there's so much to gain as well. As always, you get 100 extra Lapis for completing a level or a series of levels, which depends on the source at hand. From the missions, to the quests, and then back to trials to kill things for 100 Lapis, it all adds up. And it's not just the things you do, it's the things you don't do. Making sure your espers are set up perfectly so you don't have to reset them with Lapis. Skipping the Lapis bundles unless you actually need them. And finally, though this one's pretty debatable, I avoid the half-price daily summon. I have never done the half-price daily summon. I'm not saying it's bad. On the contrary, all things considered, it's a great way to get rare units if you look at it in the long run. However, I prefer saving for a guaranteed unit I want, as opposed to spending 250 Lapis each day on a chance. This is a pretty big factor, but 250 Lapis for a single pull is still a decent discount as well, so there's nothing wrong with spending here if you'd like. After all, Riser knows I get comments from players bragging that they got something good from here. Really makes my day brighter, guys. But what if, like me, you've run out of things to do? What if, even worse, you have an abysmal sense of self-control? Well, personally, I go sit in my meditation chamber, where I look at my Neo-Vision Riser shrine and meditate the wily thoughts away. Regardless, the name of the game is the waiting game, until finally, after a lifetime of saving, you spend it all only to get the 17th duplicate of a unit you never wanted. It's literally less than 0.1%. Get out of here!